So you've just watched the Brain Pop video about internet searching. And I want to make sure you understand that that movie is a little bit old. Now, when you search Google or Bing or Yahoo or any of the normal search engines like Google, the pluses and minuses don't work anymore. What happens if you are searching for, let's say, King John, okay? What it does is it gives you, it already guesses what you're probably searching for. And anyone searching for King John most likely will be searching for this guy, John, King of England. Now it's going to give you some basic information. This is not a source that you're allowed to use over here. It can give you basic information for your own knowledge, but you can't use that as your source because it's from Wikipedia. So even though Wikipedia, as we know, is good for our own information personally, we're not going to trust it for a research project. So we need to look and see what else is here. And if we need to use our knowledge about evaluating websites to see whether or not we can probably trust it. Now, historylearningsite.co.uk, Medieval England, this is probably a pretty good site. The .co.uk are generally good ones. That means it's kind of like a .gov in the US. That's an English website, so it's coming from the United Kingdom. That's this UK. And it's an official site from then. BBC is excellent because that's just like PBS. BBC is the English version of PBS. So both of these sites are going to give you good information. Here we have Shakespeare. That means that we're going to get Shakespeare's versions of King John. He wrote a lot of plays about English kings and queens. So that may be what we're looking for depending on your project, maybe not. But be careful. Look at this one, The Life and Death of King John, a TV movie in 1984. This is from the International Movie Database. We're not probably going to get the information we want from a movie. This is probably just telling us about the movie, not the person himself. Britannica.com. Britannica is an encyclopedia. So that's probably a really great place to find information about King John if he's your person. Now, we've got great images over here. Remember that when you're getting images, you have to make sure that you find where that image came from. If you, again, here, this is where it came from, Wikipedia or Wikimedia. So you'll want to think twice about whether or not you're going to trust that website as a resource. Pictures are just like words when it comes to whether or not we can trust them. We have to go with we have to decide whether we can trust the website it's coming from. Okay? This is another Wikipedia site. Now, that's up to you. Now, this one comes from Britannica.com. Awesome. Let's use that one. And when you click on it and go to that site, then you can get all the information that you need. You can find out where the picture came from. It comes from this site. It's got a copyright date down here. It comes from a trustworthy source. The publisher here is Encyclopedia Britannica. It's very trustworthy. And hopefully they can even tell us a little bit about the photo itself. So be careful when using. Here we go. So now we know that it's from the Granger Collection in New York. It's what it's called. The title of the picture is down here. It doesn't have an author. It means probably nobody knows who painted that. Okay, so when we go back to Google, whatever you do search, Okay, remember Martin Luther and Martin Luther King Jr. are two different people. But if you were searching Martin Luther King Jr. or Martin Luther, see, there it is right there. There are also, see results about, okay, this one doesn't have it, but a lot of times you're going to see other results or similar results. Maybe you're looking for Martin Luther King Jr.'s childhood. Okay, that is an option. Google is familiar with that too. Again, make sure you're finding in websites, SparkNotes, no. The New York Times, that's probably a good one. Dr. Martin Luther King.net, his own site or a site devoted to him, probably a good one. Biography.com, we know that's a good one. Enchanted Learning, maybe, maybe not. I'm not familiar with that. Wikipedia, no. So make sure you're always looking at the websites before you decide to use a picture or an article online.